Hi, it's John from North Star Nursery Garden and Home, your coastal gardener. I wanted to give you a little quick video on frost damage plants in the garden. So sometimes when we're not out in the garden and then we see something later on that's maybe doesn't look like frost damage and we think it's something else, I just want to kind of give you guys a heads up that you're going to be seeing some stuff out there and to maybe save you the time of freaking out and, thinking something bigger is going on. So this leaf, the last few nights, has gotten frost damage on it. Now, it's also started to desiccate or break down. When it first got hit with frost, all of these brown areas were silver. Okay, I tried to find one that was silver and I couldn't. This is my Brugmansia from my house at home. And so this was just this week's frost. This is the frost that we had maybe a week or two ago. And so what's happened is all of the frost damaged flesh has desiccated and dropped off. This could also be confused as snail damage or earwig damage, but this is definitely frost damage. You can tell because if you look at the angle of the leaf, frost settles from the top down. And so this was the most exposed component of the leaf. So that is the part that got damaged. This part of the leaf that was hanging straight down, if it was straight up, the whole leaf would have been damaged. But because this is hanging down, it's actually protected, oddly enough, from the bulk of the leaf, okay? This is also from that same plant, another desiccated leaf from frost damage. Now, all of these leaves just need to be left on the plant because what you want to consider is that even though this looks terrible and is just pieces of stuff, it will insulate the leaves below, okay? You want to leave it. I know it looks ugly, but don't pull them off. You want to wait until, especially on a Brugmansia, and we're going to talk about the salvia, until April 15th, and then you can start cleaning up. So I just want you to know what some of these things look like. This plant, if you turn it around from part to part, there's light colored leaves, and then there's these bronzy colored leaves. Now, I'm not sure if you can see right here. See this green part? This has been sitting under this leaf. So the bronzing that's happening is, it's not as much frost damage, but a lot of plants get kind of reddish bronzy colored when they get colder. And so this is a perfect example of frost settling. Also, it's a perfect example of this half of the plant is up against something that's protecting it. That's why the leaves are so green. And this part is exposed to the cold. So sometimes plants look different, from like one plant from a branch to a branch for a lot of different reasons. The other thing you need to remember too is that this plant that's in the garden, and there might be another salvia that's right next to it that looks just fine. And it might just be protected enough. So don't ever think that just because a plant's next to another plant that it should be behaving the same way. Because the other thing too is plants are like us. They're all different and unique and they all behave differently, even though they might be the same variety. They might have had different growing conditions. They might have been raised by a rough family. Alrighty guys, that is frost damage kind of 101. I hope you're having a great day and we will see you at the nursery.